We were talking Dallas swimming and diving here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and our Carol and Janelle. With me is the head coach, Romayne Moser. And Coach, let's talk a little bit about this season. Some more successes there at Dallas.
Yes, we had a good run with the boys and the girls. Each team only lost one meet. And so we're looking forward to bettering our record by going into districts.
Let's talk about distance, sprints, combinations, some relays. What were some of the standouts that you had this year?
Let's see, standouts. As far as races, I think our relays are pretty, key to our meets, and we do work both distance and sprint events, so I think we're pretty deep in both, so that's also helpful.
You're no stranger to hard work yourself, so talk about bringing that out with your student athletes there at Dallas. They really punch the clock.
Yes, they do, both in the classroom and in the pool. We have very good students as well as athletes. They're dedicated and they work hard like I said, in the classroom and in the pool to achieve the goals.
Has much changed with dryland training over the years in your mind, or with maybe some other high school coaches?
I don't know what other high school coaches do, but I do dryland that is total body.
Busy couple of weeks coming up, diving championships, district championships, and then on to state. So what are you looking forward to with this group?
Just to do as best that they can at districts and to place as high as they can so we can get as many people to states as possible.
Well, Romayne, always great to catch up with you. We appreciate you bringing the group out tonight, and we wish you the very best of luck.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
Andrew Francis is with us from the Dallas Mountaineers swim team, and Andrew, let's talk about it. Your senior year, so what are some things you've been up to in the pool?
So in the pool, we've been really focusing on districts because that's the big picture for us. We won it our sophomore year. We came up short to SEM last year, so this year we're really focused on bringing the title back home.
Good competition in the league this year. Talk about some meets that came right down to the wire. I know with Tunkhannock, but kind of fun year.
Yeah, so SEM is always a big competition for us, and we went to their pool and we beat them there, and it was really good because the past couple of years we haven't been able to do that. And recently we just swam Tunkhannock, and it was a really close meet for the conference championship, and we only lost by one. So we're looking forward to districts where we get to see them again, and they're really going to drive us to do better.
100 free, 200 IM, a couple of your favorite events. Talk about how well you're doing in them.
I've been dropping a lot of time. I wouldn't say the 200M is my favorite event because it's not fun at all, but it's something that I do swim, and I've been dropping time, so I'm doing pretty well.
Let's talk about your sister Allie, what she's up to. I know she's a pretty talented athlete as well.
Yeah, she's playing soccer. She's on the track team now, so she's really looking to continue her soccer career and hopefully bring the title back to Dallas and continue it.
Let's talk about your family and people inspiring you in your life and working hard and punching the clock, and whether it's academics or athletics, and everybody around you that's cheering you on.
Well, obviously my parents have been super, super motivational to me. They've always pushed me to do better, work harder, and just be my best. We have our coaches, Coach Moser and Coach Luxick, and they are extremely motivational, and they just push us to do better and better. If we think we're doing good enough, we can always push that extra step and just go that little bit more so we can win.
I think you're ranked like 9th in your class, carrying a 4.0 grade point average, so you're super focused there. You enjoy biology. Talk about that next step for you.
So after high school, I want to go to college and I want to become a lawyer because I was in the mock trial club and I really liked that, so I want to pursue that as a career.
That sounds pretty interesting and obviously inspirational to think that down the road that's another step for you. Is swimming going to be over, or you think that might be a little part of it?
I think swimming's probably going to be over after high school, but we'll do club in college, maybe just recreationally to stay in shape because it is such a great workout. But I think after high school, my official career is over.
All right, Andrew, it's been a great ride, and you got many more great years ahead of you academically, so we wish you the best.
Thank you.
Abby Zollner joining us from Dallas area as we talk about the Mountaineer swim and dive team. And Abby, let's talk about it's your senior season. What are some events you've been competing in?
I've been doing a lot of the 200 IM and the 100 fly. I've been doing the 100 fly since I was a freshman. That's just like my favorite event and it's my best event, so I'm working a lot on that. And then my relays with the teammates, we've been doing all 3 relays, trying to figure out what's the best and where people are and everything like that. So
Part of the cross country and track and field team. Do that with a lot of passion or keep in shape?
I really like both of them. It definitely helped me keep in shape. I started track when I was in 7th grade in middle school, and that's what I do in the off season, and it's really fun. It's totally different than swimming, but it's still a lot of fun, and I like my teams there too.
3 brothers. Tell us about each of them, what they're up to.
My little brother Jeremy is a sophomore in high school right now, and of course, like, he's a lot smarter than me. I'm athletic, but he's the smart one. And then my older brother Andrew lives in New York, and I really look up to him, and I want to be just like him. And then my older brother Andrew is in the workforce right now.
Wait a minute, he's the smart one. 3.9 grade point average, ranked 14th in your class. Come on now.
He's like number 1 or 2, I think, in his class.
Well, you're doing fantastic yourself. Let's talk about the future endeavors for you. You love calculus, so what's next for you?
I'm really a math and science person. Like, history and reading isn't really my thing, so I'm trying to go into biology and be some kind of doctor because I really like helping people, and I want to do that with my life.
That's awesome. Let's talk about the role models that you look up to.
My parents are definitely my biggest role models, just like everyone else says. My mom and dad, they come to all the meets. My dad is just constantly timing and videotaping, telling me what I can do better and everything, and they've always been there for me, and they're just like, I wouldn't be able to do anything I do without them.
Let's talk about some of the fun bonding stuff you do. The scavenger hunt sound interesting.
Yeah, so it's our job this year. We make the list of everything we have to find, and then we drive around town and compete against the rest of our team to try and find other like random things around town. And then we also do team sleepovers like always, and pasta parties. One's coming up this week before districts, our hair shaving pasta party, and that's really fun because it's just a great time where we just get to eat a lot of food and just be together as like a team and a family.
Your book, Peer Helpers, National Honor Society, you're kind of busy. Any one of those kind of stand out where you enjoy?
I really like yearbook a lot because it's very like organizational, and I do that with my best friend Rachel, and we kind of we're like in charge right now, and so we're teaching other people to pass it down and everything like that.
Well, Abby, you got your act together. You keep things going, and we wish you the best at the next level.
Thank you.
Annalise Cheshire is with us from the Dallas Swim and Dive team. And Annalise, tell us a little bit about the event you're competing in.
I'm a sprint freestyler, and I swim the 100 backstroke as well, or wherever else I may need to be.
You have a favorite?
I like the 100 back a lot, but I also like the 50 free.
Talk about track and field and the event you compete in there.
I run sprint there too, and I also jump, and I'm also on a relay team in track.
Nice. You are a busy person with the Peer Helpers and the Honor Society. Talk about just being a dedicated student and really enjoying the science field. Ranked like 17th in your class or so. So talk about your dedication there in the classroom.
I think it's really important to have good academics in high school, because after that, academics is what's going to help you in life. So in this classroom, I really try to study hard and get good grades. Also, it's important to be involved in other things to get your mind away from that, because it's not all about that. Like, you need to get away from that sometimes just to get your mind off of it.
Younger sister Kenesha, what's she up to?
She plays soccer for Dallas. She's a defender on the soccer team, and she also runs track, but this year she's playing lacrosse.
All right, so she is pretty darn busy. Down the road here, you're right around the corner from making that college decision. Looks like pre-med, but what's that first step going to be for you?
I'm going to study biology with a concentration in pre-med in hopes of going to med school after.
And did you decide yet on a college?
I have not decided on a college yet.
All right, well, we wish you the best. I'm sure you're highly sought after with what you're doing academically. And let's talk about family, coaches, and teammates as some of the role models in your life.
My parents have been at every single meet I've ever swam since I was 5 years old, so my last meet was bittersweet for them. My grandparents always came to support me. I had friends come and support me. My sister was always there. My coaches and teammates were my second family. Being in the pool 3 hours a day with them, they're just people you get close to and learn to love.
Annalise, thanks for sharing your story, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Gianna Leo joining us from Dallas area, and she's part of the swim and dive team. for the Mountaineers, and let's talk about the diving component, because you're a captain, and what you enjoy about it.
I love being a diver. I think it's a very different aspect than being a swimmer. I also swim in some relays, but I think there's two other divers besides me, and the three of us definitely have a great bond. We have a different feel than what the swimmers get. I do think that we are bonded very differently. We get along very well. We do tons of things outside of like diving, and we are always there to encourage each other. I feel like they both look up to me, and we always are encouraging each other and pushing each other to get new dives and do good at meets and score very well.
You also play lacrosse, and how much do you enjoy that?
I like playing lacrosse. My brother also plays lacrosse, but diving is definitely my number one. I dive any day over playing lacrosse, but it's a great off-season sport to do because of the running.
Let's talk about a younger brother, Anderson, and what he's up to.
My brother is very active. He is currently playing lacrosse for the Back Mountain Bandits. He runs cross country for the school. He is about to do track and field for the school also, and he is a second-degree black belt.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
You enjoy calculus, but not many people like that.
No, I love math. Anything that's to do with math and science is my go-to.
That's pretty cool. Let's talk about down the road. As you're doing excellent in the classroom, 3.9. What's the next couple of goals going to be? Where are the steps going to go?
My goal is definitely move down south. That's where I want to be. I love being where it's warm. I'd love to study biomedical and engineering when I get out of high school.
Talk about the folks and coaches that have inspired you and continue to do so, whether it's in the classroom or in the pool or just in life in general.
My mom plays a big factor in everything. My mom has always pushed me to do my hardest. She's always at every meet for me. She encourages me. Even when I'm having a rough day, she's always there for me. My dad also plays a huge role. He comes to every meet. He takes off work whenever he needs to be there for me. He pushes me in and out of the pool. And my brother also plays a huge role. He always comes to my meets when they're home or away. And then my coach is I did gymnastics for 9 years, and they have played a huge factor in this too. Coach Moser, she always pushes me, and then our diving coach Paul has always been there for me. Everything that I need, he's there and does anything for me.
That micro focus moment when you're on that diving board and you kind of just have to zone in on what you're doing. Talk about how challenging that is to kind of just picture what you want to do and then trying to perfect what you want to do.
It is definitely very challenging. You get up on that board, anything facing backwards, you feel your heart, your adrenaline just shoots up as you're standing on the board, and then as soon as you take off the board, it's whatever your body takes. It could be very good or very bad, but once your feet leave that board, it is whatever happens in there happens. But it's a great feeling where you know as soon as you leave the board whether it's going to be a good dive or a bad dive, but it's an awesome feeling.
Well, Gianna, sounds like you're having a lot of fun. We wish you the best in your move down south and living your dreams, okay?
Thank you.
Mikhail Krachta with us from the Dallas area swim team here on the John Mendola Show. And let's talk a little bit about your senior season and what have you done in the pool?
I swim backstroke and IM. And we've been doing really good this season. We're working hard toward districts right now.
How about some times maybe you've improved on this year and what you hope to do if you're able to make it to districts?
Definitely. My goal is always to try to get close to my previous season's district times in season, and I've definitely been doing that. Currently I have like a 55 in the backstroke, 204 in the IM, and looking to drop those times at districts.
Peaking at the right time and swimming, extremely important. I'll talk about, things you try to do to kind of hit that peak and bring out your best.
Definitely. You definitely try to get better over the season, and especially towards the end of the season. And this week we actually had a meet during our taper, which was a surprise, but it was definitely a good opportunity to work hard and better our times even when we're really tired and get ready for districts.
Student Council mock trial, tell us about what you enjoy about both of those.
Student Council's fun because it just helps me get a little more involved at school. As much as I can, I'm busy. I try to help out as much as I can, setting up dances and school events. Mock trial was fun. That actually just ended. that is sort of exactly what it sounds, a mock trial. We go and we practice our roles and we put on a trial in a real courtroom. It's pretty fun, good experience.
Got a sister, Gabriella. Tell us about her.
Yes, she also swims. She's a freshman on the team. Maybe she'll be here one day. She also plays lacrosse. She's a really good lacrosse player. She plays defense on the lacrosse team, and that season will be coming up. I'm excited to see what she does there.
Science and math guy, 98 percentile there, doing a great job in the classroom, ranked like 21st or so. Let's talk about the next step for you.
Definitely going to college to study some sort of engineering. I'm not totally sure what or where yet. I'm into a few colleges, waiting to hear back from a few. Haven't really made a decision. Definitely going into the science and math field, and again, not really decided there either.
Let's talk about a role model in your life.
My role models in my life, and especially the swim team, were the upperclassmen on the swim team when I was an underclassman. They definitely led the team in a way that I really respected. They were great swimmers. They taught me a bunch, and I don't think I'd be where I am without them. And that would be like Jared Krawitz. He was a senior when I was a sophomore. Same thing with Porter Luxick, Reed Luxick. A lot of the upperclassmen when I was a younger classman.
Do you think you left an impression on some of these underclassmen as a senior this year?
I definitely hope so. In the same way that they left an impression on me.
Grant Luxick with us from the Dallas area swim and dive team, an assistant coach. And Grant, let's talk about what you try to do to complement Coach Moser there at Dallas.
I just reinforce her rules. Try to help the kids. I'm just like another person helping the kids, especially with their technique, what they got to do in practice. If they have any questions, I'm always there. Really, other than that, it's just like a second, coach on the team, assisting with whatever Romayne has to do, and I just enforce of what she, expects the kids to follow, and just to do whatever I do to help the team succeed.
Let's talk about the pleasures and the positives of swimming and diving, something that you did back in the day, and seeing these kids work hard much like you did back in high school.
Oh yeah, looking back at it, it really hasn't changed as far as like the team dynamic goes. You'd think it'd change a lot, but as far as the kids growing up from like going from freshman to senior, it's really the same as what I did. The nice thing about it is our team is really like a full functioning family. Yeah, we're all different in every way, but what's most important is what our goals are all the same. So as far as like the kids being different and they swim differently, they have different goals as far as individuals, but all together they all have the same goal, and that's do their best to win, work hard every day. And it's really just nice to see after years of doing it, now coaching and seeing it.
Nice to see a lot of successes, but these kids are so dedicated. Usually swimming, you see a lot of successful academic kids, and then how that carries over athletically. Talk about what you've seen over the years with the kids being just dedicated in both phases.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether they're in the pool or out of the pool. They work hard in everything they do, and like I said, even when I was in school, that's what we all did. We all worked hard in school, and we all worked hard in whatever athletic sport, or even if it was out of school activities like work or hobbies and stuff like that. We're all swimming, like everybody was just very driven in what they wanted to do, and they just went for it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. Continued success with Coach Moser, and thank you for this opportunity.
All right, great, thanks, I appreciate it.